Hey, it's Game Hydro. We got some tips and tricks for you for Marvel Mystic Mayhem. We're going to go over some good to know stuff for the game, tips to speed it up, keep you progressing fast, and whatnot. So, first thing we're going to go over is if your phone is getting real hot while you're playing this, or your tablet is getting real hot, go to the settings menu and modify the graphics to your liking. You can put on power saving in order to save battery life, and you can change the resolution. You can change anti-aliasing, the FPS, frames per second, things like that. Turn the graphics down and you will be able to stop your phone from overheating and save some battery life and stop it from slowing down. Me, I've got an old phone, so I can't do super high graphics for too long, or it will overheat my phone and sometimes kill the videos I'm trying to shoot. So that's one way you can speed things up. Whenever you see the little red icon next to one of those icons on the left or in the top right, that means you got gifts to collect, and be sure to collect these gifts. You're going to want to increase team experience points because that is needed in order to unlock some new quests, because often you come across quests where you can't unlock them until your team level is up, but you can't increase your team level without playing new quests. You can't grind old ones in order to get team experience. You can get other stuff, but not team experience. So we're going to claim that. Got some team experience plus a shadow key. Now, the shadow keys, very useful in the Dreamweaver area. The Dreamweaver area, tap on the top right corner of the screen, hit the Dreamweaver, and you can pick either which one? Forge the Future in order to use the blue keys, or Path to Legends in order to use the purple keys. So hit the details button on the bottom left corner to see what your chances are of what your drop rates are, rather. So down here you can see your percentages. For your overall percentages, you got 2% chance of a 3-star hero, 25% chance of a 2-star hero, 8.5% chance of a 2-star highlight, 64% chance of a 1-star highlight. That's in Forge the Future. Going over to Path of Legends, 3-star, 2%, 2-star, 25%, 2-star highlight, 8.5, 1-star, 64.5. Now, the highlights are very important, but we're going to get into that. That's very important for team building, but we're going to spend some keys here, hit the skip button. And you can see we got one 2-star highlight and a few 1-star highlights, which will be converted to Dream Dust, which can be used in the shop and spent on goodies. Plus, another Hulk. We already have a Hulk, obviously, which has been converted over to Hulk Shards to activate the Soul Saga and Dream Sand. Let's do another 5-key summon. We got another Echo, plus some more highlights, which we already have. So those also have been converted to Dream Dust. We're going to go back, go to the shop menu. This is where you can spend your Dream Dust, over in the shop menu. Plus you can spend some other stuff too. Dreamstone. You can go to Bats' bonus, recharge, lots of stuff that you can actually spend real life money on. And some stuff that you can spend all this other business on. All right. And as you level up, more stuff will unlock also. All right. So over in the heroes area, this is where you can not only increase the levels of your heroes, which is very important, hit the details button, but you can use your Norn stones to upgrade the talents. You can add a highlight if you have a highlight for the character, and you won't know if a highlight works for a character until you try to hit this plus button with one of your heroes. We just got a highlight for Moon Girl, and Devil Dino. Check the stat boosts on the right. Hit points up, attack up, defense up, recovery up. That's just with the level 1 highlight. Now you can level the highlight up to the maximum level that is equivalent to your team experience. Hit equip, enhance. We're going to go max level here. So that leveled it up multiple times and ascended it once. Now hit points added is 1010, defense 82, attack 87, recovery 81. And, of course, when you have multiples of the same, you can awaken it. We don't have identical highlights right now, but one of our other highlights on another character, we should be able to. But you can see the stats right now increased significantly from before the highlight. Let's do a little level up right there and scroll over to the Hulk, because there's a chance we can awaken one of the highlights. But first we're going to go down to Soul Saga. We got some Hulk shards. We can add Heart 1 or Mind 1. So Heart 1 instantly gains 150 ultimate energy the first time his hit points drop below 30. Mind 1, Fearsome Flip, stuns enemies for 3 seconds. We're going to go and do the ultimate energy one, because his ultimate attack not only heals, but also does splash damage. So I like that one. Go over to highlights, enhance. Can we awaken it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would need another copy of the highlight in order to awaken it, I believe. Oh, I'm wrong. Check that out. Awaken to stage 4 because we had 4 identical cards. So you don't have to add all of them. You just have to add enough to awaken it to at least level 1. We're stage 4 now. So the wearer's defense increases by 16.8%. That's a pretty nice one. And if you got multiple highlights to pick from for the same character, typically... All right, let me back out so we can go to a character that has multiple highlights available. Not only will they have stat increases associated with them, but there will be a highlight skill that is specially highlighted, no pun intended. So this one, the wearer's crit rate increases by 16. The wearer's attack increases by 12. So when you're picking your highlight, make sure you don't accidentally steal the highlight from another character. So you can that little circle in the top right corner of the highlight shows which character is already equipping it. So team building and team modification is fairly simple in this game. If you see the green arrow pointing upward, that means you can increase experience levels. If you see a red dot, that means you can do something else. Like you can awaken, you can do the soul stone awakening, etc. Go over to the achievements area. We got something to claim over here. Hit claim all. Got some rewards. Set wrongs right achievement. Dream Gem, which is the premium currency of the game, also heavily used in the shop. Wriggling City, which can change the background from what it is right now. And then scroll down because Memory Mosaic has that little icon next to it. Got a new badge out of that. Now, a lot of these are cosmetic, but some of them actually do something. So be sure to claim all the gifts you get, whether it's highlights, whether it's achievements, etc. Go to the event area. You also got more gifts that you can claim a lot of times. Tap over to the followers rewards. And the reason the icon is showing there is because you can either go to Twitter, X, whatever, or go to Facebook, follow the game, and get 150 free Dream Gems. We're not going to do that right now because I don't feel like we really need them. But over here, you can also see what you can spend Dreamgems on in the shop. Over in the Dreamstone area, you can get more shadow keys. You can get great keys. Let's purchase a great key. Let's purchase 5 great keys, because what the heck. We're going to go back to the Dreamweaver. This time, we're going to do the Forge the Future summon. See what we get. Got 2 more repeat characters, so we got shards for them and some repeat highlights. Anyways, we're going to return. We might actually be able to do another soul upgrade to Hulk over here. Nope, no soul upgrades right now. Didn't get enough shards for that. Alright, anyways, over in the Dreamscape, obviously this is your main area. Story mode is the primary single-player mode. So over in story mode, you will be able to complete quests. Often you're going to hit an impasse as far as not having any more stories available. So you can do a couple things there. You can go back to old quests and try to 3-star them. That will allow you to get more gifts. You can see the gifts at the bottom right corner. The more stars you get, the more prizes you'll be able to claim, including 2-star Moon Knight over there, a great key, Mysterium coins, which are obviously useful for most stuff in the game, and then tap at the bottom left corner, Stem versus Branch. You can go over to Branch to unlock a number of single-player quests. Same thing here. You're going to need a team level of a certain amount in order to progress eventually. So you can go back to old quests over here and play them a second time in order to try to 3-star them. We're going to try String Puller over here. The goal over here is to win within enough turns, or enough seconds rather, or just to win, period. Now these are all solo challenges. Damage is key here, so let's try putting in one of our better damage dealers. We're going to see who does the most damage. So she does 186, Moon Girl and Devil Dino. Armor does 157. Misty Knight 230. Lady Bullseye 241. Hulk 154. We're going to try Lady Bullseye and see how we do. Now, right now we got quests on auto. When we do a full battle, we're going to go over the skills a little bit. Now, debuffs usually come with some damage that they do, but attack cards do the most damage generally out of all the attacks, all the cards rather. So an attack card, you can do a lot of damage with those. Buff cards typically don't do damage, but they will give a buff to your hero, or stat improvement, or secondary stat. Let's see, we got 3 stars there. That means we are closer to being able to get the purple key. All right. Now we're going to back out of that, go over to see where we have battles available. Memento tends to be an excellent one, because over in Memento, you got a lot of quests you can do. And as you power up your characters, you have a better shot at beating more of them. Stealthy Summoning, you can get 70 team experience off of that one, plus Norn Stones, which improve the skills of characters. So we're going to do this battle. All right, so the purple area with the pin represents where you start off. You can make up to 7 moves, so you don't necessarily want to fill in all of the shards here. You want to use the shards, or use your moves in an expeditious way in order to claim all the rewards. You got chest rewards, You can do battles. Here's an example of a battle over here. Let's go. We just powered her up like crazy, so we're going to go with her. We're going to go with armor because her defense is absolutely insane. And we're going to go with Misty Knight because she's a pretty strong attacker. All right, never mind. That was one of the dispatch battles. So we're going to go over to this one to do a real battle. All right, when we did that, when we sent the dispatch, we accidentally sent our strongest characters. So let's see if we can still win this battle. Yeah, no highlight, no artifact. All right, let's see if we can equip somebody with a highlight or an artifact. Dreamweaver guy. Or not Dreamweaver. Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker! For anybody who has listened to the Pretty Wild, you'll recognize that one. Can we give him a highlight? We can steal a highlight, but that one is already equipped. I think we sent her out to battle somewhere else, so let's try stealing it. There we go. Successful. Now we're going to start the battle. Turn off auto mode. We're going to keep double speed, though. So one feature of attacks is you can tap the button and aim the attack. And if there's multiple enemies on screen, you can choose where to aim it. Like with the Hulk here, we're dragging around, and you can choose what direction his damage is dealt in. This attack here, we got these crystals that are showing up here now. We're going to aim it over there at the boss. And that didn't work out so well. Or you can simply swipe up in order to automatically do damage. We're going to put it back on automatic because why not? When it comes to cars, I like a manual transmission, but when it comes to battle, sometimes I like automatic. And when it's automatic like this, you can kind of just watch the battle play out. Obviously, this one's a pretty easy battle here. Got the victory. And we got a 3-star victory, putting us a little closer to unlocking some treasures. Now with the team experience, now we leveled up the team, which means that we can level up each of the heroes and each of the highlights one more time. So keep battling the mementos. If you need to increase some team experience, keep battling the mementos. And you can also go to things like treasure hunt, rune raid, and things like that in order to unlock more treasures, especially if you're trying to ascend a hero. For example, Scattered Horn, that can ascend a striker hero. And then there's different treasure hunts for different types of heroes. Rune raid. So this one's a good way to get Norn Stones, and there's different Norn Stones for different types of heroes. So depending on which Norn Stones you need, that's the rune raid you should pick. Nightfall. Now this one I believe is more of a raid battle. Let's see how we do on this one. Defeating the hands will expose the eyeball. So make sure to pay attention to these tips that pop up and use that to your advantage, because sometimes there is no auto battle available. All right, so who do we got here? Now, for extra tough battles, occasionally you'll want to set aside your controller and instead go with a double tank attack. With Armor and Hulk, they can both take stupid amounts of damage. So the double tank attack can really work in your favor. And occasionally you can use a team move as well, just like Doctor Strange said over there, in order to do an extra powerful attack. No auto battle available here, so we're going to battle. And with our characters not taking up too much damage, I'm going to avoid the buffs generally and avoid the shield, but you can long press on any of these skills to see exactly what they do. Invisibility for 3 seconds increases the chance of a solitary target triggering a follow-up attack to 100% for 7 seconds. Meh. Team move to switch the target of the team. Obviously with this guy you want to target the hands first. And even if you don't need to heal, use the Hulk's healing attack or any other healing attack that also includes damage dealt. So when you destroy both hands here, all right, we're going to use some of these others simply because we need to get rid of some of these points here. Now we can do damage to the eye, so we're going to try to spam attacks as much as possible. Because once the hands regenerate, then the eye is invincible again. All right, the hands are back. Now it's back to the same old thing. It's like, Sisyphus rolling a boulder uphill with this one. And up in the top left corner, you can see the time limit that is still placed upon the battle. So if the time runs out, even if your characters are still around, you will be defeated. So if your characters are at a high enough level that even your strikers and shooters have high defense, then you may want to skip using tanks altogether, because their attack is a little bit lower. All right, now the eye's available to attack again. Let's see what we can do against them. Debuff, attack, attack, debuff. All right, the hands are back, but it looks like we're actually going to have a shot to win this battle. But like I said, with battles where you have a chance to take a lot of damage, sometimes a 2-tank attack can be the best possible way to win, if you simply have to win the war of attrition and outlast the opposing enemy. All right, the eye's available again. Attack, attack. Almost there. And we win. So big rewards out of that one, obviously. Lots of Dreamgems. Be sure to take advantage of all of these battles in order to get the best rewards. Now, if you need to level up your team very fast, oftentimes the daily missions are the only way to do it. So, not only can you earn a lot of team experience from completing the 7-day missions, even simple ones like adding a friend. But there's other, where are the daily quests? I need to find the daily quests. Not there. All right, I must have been thinking of something else then. I guess I was thinking of something else, but be sure to claim your level rewards also, because not only do you get more Dream Gems, but Infinity Formula drops, which you need to ascend from level 10 to level 20, and Everbloom Seeds. All right, so I think that's about all I wanted to go over for now. This is Game Hydro, Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Enjoy the game, and be sure to like and subscribe, and if there's anything else you want to see us go over, then be sure to leave a comment as well.